First and foremost, I want to say that our thoughts and our prayers go out to Coach Pelini and his family, Coach Rextus and his family. Certainly, when you work that long with somebody side by side, you have concern for them and their families, and our thoughts are with them. It's a honor to be named the interim head coach by Pat Chun. I want to thank him for that. I want to thank him for having faith and belief in me and the rest of our staff here that remains. Been prepared for a long time for this opportunity. Didn't quite think it would be under these circumstances, obviously. But I've been around a lot of great people. I've had a great support system my entire life. I have a mom and dad that did a tremendous job raising me and getting me ready for moments like this. I have a lovely wife, Laura, who's in the room today, that raises our 3 children while I coach. And that support system was carried on with some great men, great coaches that I had the opportunity to work for and play for. Played for Bob Tucker. I coached for Jim Dennison and Jim Tressel and John Haycock and Rob Ash, and all mentors to me, all guys that were tremendous men first and great head coaches. I would like to say that our focus and our mission right now, as I spoke with the team yesterday afternoon, is that our concern is with the coaching staff and their families, the players, and on preparing to win Saturday. Those are the 3 things that we're going to focus on. We talk about winning the moment. Our word today was resilient, and we're going to be resilient. I'm going to lead them to be resilient. We're going to grow as men. We're going to endure as men. And we will all be better people for going through this. I will now open it up to any questions, if anybody has any questions.
Brian, what's the biggest challenge in keeping this team together this first day and these next couple days when the shock is still present?
Well, obviously with a distraction like that, you're so focused typically on the game week preparation and focusing on the game, and with such a distraction as this, it's just bringing the players back and bringing the coaching staff back from the initial shock of it all to helping them work through the emotion of it all, and then trying to get them back into the preparation mode of playing a football game on Saturday.
How would you describe the atmosphere when you told the players what was going on when they found out? What was it like in there?
Well, there's a lot of young people hurt, a lot of young people upset. There was a lot of blank stares, a lot of tears, a lot of guys looking to the ground. I think a lot of players and a lot of us that didn't know quite what to think yet. It happened so fast. But again, we as a football team and as a football program have always talked about endurance and enduring. And if it was easy, we always tell the guys, if it was easy, everybody would be playing the game here. But it's not easy, and we've battled through adversity before, and we will survive this adversity.
Were you there when Pat Chun told the team about the decision about Carl resigning? And did you talk to them in that meeting?
I did, and I was there.
What did you say to them at that point?
I told them that our concern was for the families, the coaches, and for them as players, and that we were going to prepare to win on Saturday. So I told them those 3 things.
Are there any special arrangements being made to help the players during this time, grief counselors or anything like that?
We are working on that. We have James Pendleton, who's very close to our team, always around our team. Who's our FCA leader. He's around. We have campus police that's around. A lot of our guys had some questions, so campus police was there just to answer questions. But each position coach is a mentor every single day to these players, and these players have to lean on the position coach. That's the strongest bond that is formed in a football team, is the player with the position coach, and the players with the strength coach, and the other staff that touch the lives of the players. So our guys will lean on them. We're like for many of our players, we are sometimes the main father figure in their life, and so at these critical moments, that's when we have to be the best leaders.
Have you spoken with Coach Pelini?
I have not.
Did you know when Pat asked you to take over as interim, did you know before that meeting that
No,
Carl
I
would
did
resign?
not.
So Pat told you that Carl would resign and asked you at that point?
Yes.
What was your reaction when that happened?
I was shocked. I mean, I was shocked.
Did you have to think about accepting the offer? Or?
No. Because I prepared for a long time. Like I said, I obviously never had any imagination of this happening. But I knew that whenever I was asked, as soon as somebody asked me and I thought it was the right situation and the right time to do it, I already knew the answer. So I prepared for a long time.
Would you like to have the role on a permanent basis?
Absolutely.
What will be the format? I mean, you lost your defensive coordinator, lost your head coach. So how are you going to align the coaching staff now moving forward?
Well, Javon DeWitt, who's our linebackers coach, formerly was a defensive coordinator at Northern Iowa. So we assigned him as the defensive coordinator. We hired a recruiting, an on-campus recruiting coordinator, Armando Marilla, and we're going to move him up into the defensive back position, so he will help us there.
Coach, you said a few times thoughts and prayers with the family. Are you suggesting that sympathy go out to the coaches in spite of what happened?
I think that I told the players that any energy that we spend towards being upset and angry towards them is going to take away from our preparation, maybe our grieving, and us being there for each other. So we're not going to waste time being angry.
Ross Watson, is he still good? You're going to stick with two defensive backs coaches, or?
Well, we split the corners and the safeties anyway, so Armando will help Ross in the secondary. Yes.
Are you going to be calling plays?
Yes.
Are you going to be on the field?
Yes, I'll be on the field.
Will Graham take on more of a role with the quarterbacks now, or is that pretty seamless?
You know, that'll be seamless. He will probably on the field, but he's already done. He's already done that. I mean, we like to think that we trained him well, and he does a great job on game day, as he does preparing the guys during the week. So he'll just. I won't even have to say anything. He'll just step right in there.
There are still things, obviously, for this team to be playing for. There's still a lot of things for this team to be playing for. How much does that help you right now? Kind of keep the focus as much as you can on football.
Well, I think that always helps you when you're getting a football team ready. If you have hope, then you have something to play for, and we have hope still. So our guys understand that. We have a very resilient, tough group of young men. I'm very proud. I told them, we shared today what we were thankful and grateful for today, and I was thankful and grateful for being a part of a resilient, young group of men. I mean, they have battled. They've been through adversity before, been through a lot of adversity in this program before. Guys went through more adversity than I have here, and long before I ever got here. So and I'm motivated by that fact. I told them, but again, the most important thing is we're here for them as young people. We need to care about them. We need to make sure that we help them get through this situation.
Did you get any sense this morning out there, or practice meeting, whatever combination of things you guys do in the morning? Was there ever any sense of awkward today, or?
No, I think that we mentioned that yesterday, that we were going to go out, and we still had a job to do. And our guys know that, and they came out ready to go, focused. I wanted to start today off with a full team meeting, something that we hadn't done before, and I wanted to make sure that we collectively got the entire group together. So we started the day together as a football team. We spoke on what we were thankful and grateful for. We had a word of the day, and then we talked about what we were going to go out and do today. And our motto all week has been win the day and win the moment. So in a situation like that, it doesn't change. I think it was a little bit quieter out there today, but I think that's because the guys were focused.
What did the players do after that meeting with Pat Chun, and he comes out and makes the announcement to us? What was the schedule like for them yesterday evening?
Well, many of the guys had class in the late afternoon and evening, so we had to send those guys back to class. Each of the players met with their position coach, so we made sure that the position coaches met with all the individual players. I spent another 20 minutes or so with the seniors because I wanted to speak with them alone. And then we were on the phone with them a lot, but many of them have had class. Many of them have some tests this week and had study time, and so we wanted to get them back.
What was the message to the seniors?
To the routine. The message to the seniors was it's time to lead. I mean, it's easy to lead when it's easy. Who's going to step up and lead when it gets difficult, when there's adversity? And I told them we needed them. And I also told them that I have a lot of respect, and I told them I was going to work every waking hour for them because I understand what they've been through. And I told our football team, I told my family we're going to do it for the seniors.
Were you pleased with the way practice went today?
I was.
Is it easier in some sense, or you never want this to happen, but is it easier that it happened on a Wednesday with the game plan had kind of already been installed, so you're
No.
kind of following the same motion?
I have no idea if it was easy. No. Easy has not come across my mind.
I don't have to tell you.
Sorry, when you speak of doing this for the seniors in every waking moment, it's easy, I've never spoken to you before today, I can see the emotion, I can see what you're going through. How difficult is it to separate what's going on inside versus keeping the focus on football? How is it for you personally?
Well, it's difficult. I have a family and I have 3 children, but this is what I do for a living. This is what I was called to do. And so, and again, I've been through adversities and I've been through difficulties before, and this is going to be a very difficult one. But there's a reason that I am here. There's a reason the rest of this coaching staff is here. There's a reason these seniors are here at this moment. And it's to get through this, and it's to get Florida Atlantic football and write a positive story at the end of the season.
I don't have to tell you that college recruiting is a very difficult business.
Yeah.
And that negative recruiting, unfortunately, is a very big part of this. How do you, I don't have to list the adversity that the school in general has been through in the past 12 months. And now this is another black mark on the university and program as well. How do you get through this recruiting-wise and convince those high school kids that they should come here next year?
Because we'll convince them by the people that are here. It'll be the people that are here that'll make the place. And I have full confidence that Mr. Pat Chun, whoever he names as the head coach, will be the right person. Because he is the right leader for this program, and he will have the right person because he cares about people and kids, and he will have their best interests in mind. So he will have the right person here, and the right person will be a good person, will have a great staff, and the recruits will see that. And the recruits will form a bond with that staff, and they'll overcome the negativity or any of the bad press or anything that has happened. You have to overcome negative recruiting all the time. Obviously, we have a few more hurdles, and the hurdle might be a little bit higher at times, but those are things that we do in this business. So they'll have the relationships with the recruits. And Florida Atlantic, as we've been able to do, we called all the commits last night, and all the commits said they were committed to Florida Atlantic University. And when we brought those recruits on campus and when they see what we have to offer and they saw the direction that this program is going, they saw something special and they saw an opportunity there. They get attached to the coaches, obviously, but they also get attached to what they see taking place here, and they will want to come represent Florida Atlantic University.
Knowing that the first thoughts always go to the players and just being blindsided by this and how you can console them, how difficult has it been for the coaching staff knowing that when a head coach is gone, you guys are now effectively lame ducks?
Yeah, it's extremely difficult. But again, we have a group of coaches over there that care about the players first. So they're going to put the players and they're going to put their families first over their own feelings. It's extremely difficult, but they understand that we have a calling and there's a purpose that we're here. So we have to overcome that, and we're going to put the kids' best interest in mind. And we have a very tough group of coaches, very resilient. I know I've used that word a few times, but a very resilient group. And they understand, too, the opportunity that we have. They understand, too, the story that we could write at the end of the season.
Have you ever seen either Carl or Pete use the league?
No. No.
Have you used them since you've been here?
No.
Do you have any knowledge of anyone connected with the
No.
program having any?
No.
You had mentioned a couple of times that this had been something on your radar screen, being a head coach for a while now. What is it that gives you confidence that you're prepared for this role? What in your background and your experience?
Because when I started off and I mentioned the mentors in my life and the good men that I've worked for, they've prepared me. They not only prepared me as a football coach, but I had the opportunity to work for some men that prepared me to become a better man. And so that prepared me.
How do you describe your style as a coach?
Passionate for the players and their well-being, caring for the players, wanting them to be successful, seeing their success, and just preparing them every day to have success in life and success on the field.
Brian, have you reached out to any of those mentors, or do you plan on it?
I did, every one of them.
And anything that they said?
Like always, yes. Yep.
Overall, do you plan on being any different than Pelini as a football coach, or do you?
Yeah, I'm Brian Wright. I'm totally different person, totally different coach. I told the seniors and I also told the team that I want to keep their routine as close to their routine as I can because I think it's theirs. And I don't think it's fair to them to try to change up their routine so much like this on a Wednesday. But there will be some things, and I think that will prepare us to win. And if I think I need to do something or change something up to give us the best opportunity to win or the best opportunity to help a young man through this time, I'm going to do that.
Same goes schematically?
Excuse me?
Does the same goes schematically?
Yeah, the schemes will stay the same.
When you mentioned talking to your mentors, that included Coach Trussell.
It did.
Was there any information you can glean? He just went through a trying time of his own, clearly, with the Ohio State situation. What kind of light was he able to shed on this scenario?
Just like all the guys. I mean, because I've worked for great people, they all said the same thing. You take care of your family, you take care of these young men, and you go to work and you be you be who you are. They all understand that I've prepared. They understand that I wanted to become a head coach, and they felt confident that they prepared me, and they wanted just to assure me to go be me in front of the football team.
What did Pat say in regards to the staff's limbo situation? I don't know how else to put it, but this lame duck situation with the staff, was there any assurances made regarding how he would approach the situation when the season's over?
No, nothing was. We haven't even gotten to that point. As soon as we heard this, I met with the coaches about 15 minutes after that. We met with the players about 2 hours after that, and that's the only direction we've gone with the staff, the families, and the players.
Any tension in that room when you first met with the other coaches?
There's a lot of emotion. I don't know if tension is the word I would have used, but there was emotion there.
As the head coach as opposed to the offensive coordinator, do you anticipate being a little bit more free to call what you want, or did you have already complete freedom to?
I had a lot of freedom, but there's certain circumstances or situations in a football game that you always want to get assurance from the head coach on, whether it be fourth down or if you're running or throwing in certain situations. So obviously I won't have to do that. I'll make that decision now.
Do you think we'll see anything different on the field on Saturday or in the days to come forward from, say, previous games?
I hope you see a win. I hope you see our players representing Florida Atlantic University positively. I hope you can see their passion for each other and for the game.
How do you approach, first, what have you seen of Tulane, and have you spent maybe the last few hours also looking over what to do as more of a defensive coach too, or you just say to Coach DeWitt, have at it for this game?
No, Coach DeWitt, full confidence in him. He's been in that room and working with those players. The same amount of time I've been working with the players and in the offensive room. So
So you haven't
it's
tried to play catch up
no,
on that end of it?
no, nope. I have full confidence in those guys. In this type of situation, you have good people around you. You let them go to work.
What have you seen from Tulane? What can we expect from Tulane?
One of the hardest playing football teams you're going to see.
Coach Pelini mentioned on Monday that they're a team they may not look great, but they find a way to win, which you thought was a pretty good skill.
You throw the tape on. I told our guys on offense early in the week, I said that defensive coordinator is very proud of his football team because they fly around to the football. They create turnovers. They play tough. They're aggressive. We have a tremendous challenge, obviously, ahead of us. But our guys, like I said, this week has been our greatest week of practice.
Let's move forward a little bit to, say, 4:59 p.m. on Saturday. What's going on inside of you?
I haven't thought that far ahead, probably. I think I'll be proud, very proud of this football team and the coaches and all the support staff and all the people that touch the lives of the players.
Given that you were just the offensive coordinator and Jeff Sims was the associate head coach, were you surprised? Clearly there's a lot of surprise when you find out that the head coach has resigned, but was there any surprise that came from the fact that, in essence...
That never even crossed my mind. I told you when I knew what my answer was going to be a long, long time ago, and that's all I focused on. When I was asked, I had already knew the answer. I didn't think who else it could have been or would have been.
Roger Brown will be able to play?
We'll wait and see. It's game time. Not absolutely sure yet.
Jay Warren,
Not sure on Jay either.
is that still flu or,
Yeah, still battling some of the flu symptoms that he's had.
and is Jonathan 100%?
Jonathan Wallace?
Yeah, Wallace.
Yes.
Freedom Whitfield?
No.
Will not?
Don't expect him to play, no.
When you address the players, did you take the opportunity to hammer home another point about staying away from drugs?
We hammered home for them to do the right thing. I told them it's the same thing my dad used to tell me every day I walked out of the house, and coincidentally enough, it was the last thing that Jim Tressel used to say to his team every day that we broke, and that was remember who you are. And I told them, I looked them in the eyes, I said, remember who you are. And they knew what I meant by that.